What up? What up? What up? Nope, nope. Can you hear me now? What up? Good morning, and welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. I am your host, A.D. Walker. Listen, Lisa, thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing, um, and all that, and then some. So, a few things I need you to do today. A few things. One, as always, you're in the building, you're in the place, in your face. I need you to share like you care. Share like you care. Number two, part two, tag somebody. And then part three, it's a new one. It's a new one. Be sure to, let's see, bam, join our Discord community. Click the link at the top, bottom, wherever the description is. Click that. Make sure you do so. I guess Facebook, I think it's up. YouTube, I think is down. So make sure you click that. Join our Discord community where we're coming together on the Discord. All right. So you'll know what's going on, know what's going down. I asked some questions in there yesterday. So just to kind of stimulate some conversation. And it helps shape a lot of what we need to talk about and the conversations we really need to have. Good morning. Keita's in the building. She's on the Discord. Appreciate you. And again, make sure you share. Sharing is caring. Let's see. Spliggity splow. The link says StreamYard though. All right. Let's see. Let's see. We might have having some issues. Hold on, hold tight. This is why I always take it slow in the beginning. Appreciate you guys for being here. Talk among yourself. So, have you guys heard about the conspiracy in Buffalo? It's always a conspiracy. Whenever there's a tragic shooting, it's always a conspiracy about the gentleman who was inventing or had invented. He said a patent. Yes, Discord. He had a patent on the running your engine on water. Running your engine on water. Have you guys heard anything about that? Because it's funny because they said it the first time they said it. What up, Richard? The first time they said it, it was just kind of like a tragedy. Oh, he was creating, And I was looking like, oh yeah, it's about to be a conspiracy. I knew it before it became a thing. I knew someone was going to be like, oh, what a coincidence, So let's see, what am I clicking? E double. All right. Yeah. So there we go. I'll send that again. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Send it anyway. All right. I got E trying to come through. Just was trying to make sure that was straight. Let's see. So, okay. What's the conspiracy? In Texas, the kids were ending world hunger. Folks look for any reason to explain senseless tragedy, but that's all it is. Right. Right. You said, yeah, you saw the demonstration clip. That man could have been killed anywhere in any kind of way. Right. It happens. We've had rap artists, we've had R&B singers, their careers getting started and they get gunned down. Some great authors and rappers. Hey, Mama Corey, I got you. If you're doing your thing on YouTube, then come through on Facebook. I appreciate that. Thank you for putting in some work. All right, since email. So yeah, that seems to be a thing right now. Seems to be a thing. And trying to get people off topic. But we should be trying to do something about these guns. Forget all the conspiracies. I mean, and he, these tragic shootings, maybe a focus on one person and they just hit everybody just to make it look like something else. It doesn't matter, doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter when. It's just, it needs to be taken care of. Do people understand how much work and time would have been needed to happen before his invention could have been mainstream or used? Indeed, indeed. Because it's funny. Someone else said that yesterday, and I was thinking, like, I mean, they created electric cars. You know, electric cars. They don't. Electricity doesn't run off gas at all. So I don't think. I believe the only time most companies, for the most part, especially now, they'll buy you out first. I've heard that, like the buyouts. Like I heard someone created a lawnmower running on water, and one of the gas companies would just bought them out. You know, I won't lie. For the most part, like now, maybe not. Back in the day, maybe so. But like I would, someone offered me 3.5 billion. Oh, technology can change the world, or can I use 3.5 billion? So, I swat off Sunny. Yeah, that's it. What we need, someone with a gun, what needs another person with a gun. Yeah, I know. That's that. We need to stop that one too. I mean, you could put his officers everywhere. Shootings happen when officers are around. So you can, that's not really. I mean, I get the sentiment. I get what people are trying, that idea. But if you look historically, that really doesn't make a difference. doesn't doesn't really stop a whole lot. Like police presence in certain areas at certain moments, it makes someone think twice before doing something that you're trying to sneak and get away with or steal and things like that. With events and stuff like that. But when it comes to shootings, I think most cats are just, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. You know, um, you know. Some go in probably not even thinking, I probably won't live through this. I'm gonna just do my thing. Honestly, if you're doing a mass shooting, yeah, yeah. I mean, and yeah, some live, of course, they get taken care of as they get arrested. But I truly believe, like, they go in with the idea of whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. And granted, and granted, most ideas sound great until you're actually out there and you're like, I don't think I want to die. Like after you kill folk, I'm gonna put my gun down. You can arrest me. I don't want to die. Change your heart. So I think it's tragic. It shouldn't happen. There are so many ways that we can start preventing. There's never 100% of anything, but we need to slow certain things down. Some gun access is way too easy in this country. Um, for the most part, yes, it's way too easy. I got some ideas. We might discuss that today. But yeah, I think we need to change some things, change some laws. Who cares? I know Second Amendment. I get it, but there needs to be an amendment to the amendment. We need to stop acting like the Constitution is the Bible. Just because it's in there, don't make it. It makes it law, but doesn't make it right. Because we know a lot of things were written in the Constitution that they didn't look at us as a whole person. So that's that thing. All right. So listen, what I need to do is share. Sharing is caring. I sent out the link. I'm trying to make sure I'm not having any link problems today. Let's see. Okay. Awesome. Let's see. Just my people's just chiming in. Just make sure we're good. So you guys, let me know what's on your mind today. I know it's not Friday, it's Thursday, and I'm gonna talk about some other things. But today's topic, I called it the good father syndrome. Do you struggle with um, feeling like, are you a good father? Feeling like, are you doing everything you should be doing? you know, and we, as fathers, even parents, we judge ourselves by certain outcomes and you're like, man, I must not be doing the right thing if my child is acting a certain way or responding a certain way. Um, then say, come back when the bit is troubled. Not sure what that means. So today we're talking about the good father syndrome and what that means, to us personally. And because it's always it's like a good father, right? And what do you compare it to? Who are you looking at? What's the standard of good father isms? So let's see. She said, "Not the syndrome." I like that. I like that. I might post that. Is fish the cod father? Richard, yes. Oh man. So he said not the syndrome. I couldn't think of a better word, Tim. Syndrome was my first thought. All right. So I got Pastor hanging in the wing. I think I have some other brothers coming through. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Make sure you share. This is your opportunity to share because it's caring, and we care, and you care. We all care. Don't do that. So stop the madness, Richard. Don't do that. Don't. I got you, Rich. Father jokes are welcomed here. We welcome all father jokes, dad jokes. Oh man, that is hilarious. All right, let's go ahead and get started. We'll be right back right after this. Where's it?
You're watching the Brothers of Legacy. We don't stand out. We stand up.
There we go.
Morning.
Good morning. Happy
Thank the Lord for another
Thursday.
day.
Yes. Just another day that the Lord has blessed me.
Fade. For some reason, it's
You have some issues.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for rocking. Welcome again to the Brothers of Legacy, my podcast people. I usually, when I do the podcast and people that are watching live, they don't see what we talk about prior to my intro. Just kind of how I set it up. It gives me a chance to kind of fumble through it. If I'm having some technical issues, you guys get to watch it live, but the podcast people have no idea what I go through before that intro because I purposely cut it out. It said, "Oh, there we go." It said, "Dad jokes have started." No. Not yet. We'll end it with that. We'll end it with that. Rolling into Friday. Rolling into
like what do you call a sleeping bull?
Oh man.
A bulldozer. Okay, I won't get started.
Thanks, Rich. Oh man. So
how do you throw a party in outer space?
How?
You plan it.
Welcome to Brothers of Legacy. Why?
Oh.
All right.
Why did the bicycle stand up by itself?
Why?
It was too tired.
I should have known that one. You
get it?
Oh.
Okay, I'll stop.
Dr. Wallace took the words right out of my mouth. Right, here we go. It's Richard. Richard started off. He just couldn't help himself. That was good though, Rich. I like that. The Godfather. That was good. All right. So I don't know. I call it the syndrome. This is just kind of off the top of my head. Just do you ever compare yourself? Well, not even compare, but oh Lord. Yeah, I know that one. Ricky Smiley said that one. What do you call a deer with no eyes? I have no idea.
No idea.
He said, "What have we done to deserve this?" He said, "Did someone send this morning? Please repent."
Oh. Listen, how corny do you have to be to retain this useless, trivial information? What does that say? Right?
Oh man. All right. So the good father syndrome. Do you have you had moments like and forgive me if syndrome is kind of like a rough word, because syndrome is like a real issue. It's not a
condition.
Real issue. Oh, there you go. He said, we got June.
Thank
we got
you.
all June. It's fatherhood celebration month. I won't fuss too much about that joke.
Thank you. I got one fan.
Right. So we got a whole month. We got all month. There we go. Every day. Every day. All right. So do you feel like speaking of fathers and June, I have friends, I have family, right? Do you ever struggle with that? He said a month is too long. Don't do that. Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater all your little life. Don't do it. Don't do that. Do you ever question either in the moment or when your children are not giving you a favorable outcome, you think like, man, have I done something wrong, or did I miss something? Was there a misstep? And do you ever think about, like, you ever try to figure out what it was? I don't know. I never gotten that far. I just kind of thought about, like, I wonder if anybody's ever thought about, man, I shouldn't have went to work that day. Like this, even if it's small, like I'm not talking about like an accident. Well, in a sense, because things happen in the house, you're like, man, if I just stayed home, like
Right.
a random Tuesday, I should have just stayed home. Like, why would you stay home? What would have made you stay home? So do you ever have those reflective moments, when your children aren't in the space you want them to be, or just having the moments you're just thinking, what could I have done to prevent it?
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think about what my mother used to tell me.
Okay.
Wait till you get there. You'll see. Though, that phrase, you'll see, those two simple words.
Right.
Wait till you have your own.
Right.
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 That's kind of what I think about when my
I got you.
children
When something's happening, like
off kilter. I'm like, wow, here we go. Because it's human. I mean,
Right.
I don't know a parent that hasn't gone through that. I don't know a parent that hasn't questioned themselves.
right. Right.
Like, what could I have done differently?
Right.
But that's life. I mean, it's all the same creative juices that keep us balanced, right?
Right.
So, I think we all go through it. Yes, I have experienced it. I used to carry it a lot heavier than I do now,
Right.
but with experience and wisdom and life,
Right.
you recognize that's what this is.
Right.
And so it's not for me to try to control it. It's
Mhm.
for me to plant,
Right.
right? Allow the watering to take place
Mhm.
and then appreciate,
Right.
and you take everything that comes with it. It's just life. So for me, when
Right.
things are off kilter,
He said, Dr. Rollins said, my thoughts exactly. You paused for you froze for a minute. I don't know if you were saying anything.
no, I was looking over at what
Oh,
Dr. Rollins was saying.
he said, my thoughts exactly. Once they get older, though, I think you are easy on yourself because you've done your part.
Yeah, and doing your part recognizes you recognize the fact that you're never done.
Right, right,
You know what I mean? Because
right.
you'll always care. It'll always matter.
Mm,
So you have to prepare yourself for going. You're going to walk through life
right,
with the experiences of your children at no
right,
matter what age, because you're all as long as you're alive and breathing, it's going to matter,
right,
right?
right, right,
But you learn. That's it's not mine to carry. I got enough to carry dealing with my own stuff,
right,
right? So the best I can do is put as much as I can in them
right,
and trust God
right.
and keep
I
on
feel it.
working, keep evolving, keep pushing,
Right,
keep pressing, right?
right.
Because it's
Indeed.
still the same goal. I want my children to see heaven. I want my children to
Right,
experience the best that life has to offer. I want all of those things, and I'm going to do whatever I can to support that type of growth and
right.
experience. You know.
True.
So yeah, you quit when things go wrong. You question.
Mm.
You wonder, man, because we live a life of mitigation. You can't stop it from happening, but you can reduce.
Deuce it. Right, 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 right.
You know,
Yeah.
the threat.
I guess it was the other side. Well, at least they didn't do blankety blank. Like they may have done such and such, but at least they didn't.
Sure ain't like John John. I'm sorry, John John, if you're listening. My bad. I didn't mean to put you out there like that.
Oh man. All right. So let's spice this up. Let's spice this conversation up. Coming from Florida, by way of Florida, Mr. Reparations himself, Ephraim Terrell.
Yo,
Good morning, sir.
what's going on, fellas?
Bless you, man.
How y'all doing?
Bless you. You're doing well.
Wonderful.
So today we're talking about right. There you go, Dr. Rollins. It could be worse. It could
Oh
be
yeah,
worse.
it could be worse. Absolutely.
We're talking about the good father. I call it the syndrome or situation or thought process because like we always kind of judge ourselves. I don't know what standard we hold ourselves against because I don't know any of us have seen some extremely amazing fathers. Like my dad was good, but he wasn't like so high up. Like
I don't know,
haven't
man. Look, I think I'm Superman.
yeah, right. I mean,
That's how I feel. I feel like I'm superhuman. I know there's a God. I know the Holy Ghost is
Right.
real.
right.
Right. With some of the
Right.
stuff that I can. Oh yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah.
I got it. But and we're talking about, do you have moments where, do you question, am I a good dad? Am I making good decisions, or should I have punished or not have punished? Was I a little harsh or not harsh enough? Like am I coming in too hot or I'm not hot enough? Like, have the moments. Oh, do you have those moments, Ephraim?
Absolutely, man. I have that with work, church, fatherhood, husbandship. You feel me? It don't matter. Like if you're trying to do better,
Right.
if you care about what you're involved in or with,
Yeah.
to some degree, you're gonna have some type of review. If I could have a film study of my marriage, if I could have a
Right.
film study of, and then sometimes, and I thank God, and shout out to all the single mothers. What I'm trying to say is I thank God for being married or a wife, because sometimes she serves as a mirror.
Hmm.
And when I done snapped and everybody else gone, and just the look I get, like it makes me realize, oh, did I snap? When I said it sounded normal. Was I going off? Am I tripping? You know what I'm saying? So if she wasn't there, you feel me? Like maybe I wouldn't catch that as fast, because you in the moment, man. You trying to make sure these kids don't end up on the news or on those stripper poles. So you just trying to do the best you can do right then and there.
Right.
And you don't always catch how it's coming off.
Right.
And I think the true test of what we're doing, we probably won't see always right away.
Right.
It's kind of like a long lasting effect. I'm trying to raise some kids that make some good decisions,
Right.
and those good decisions probably will be made when I'm not there. So I'm hoping that these kids will pick that up and keep that going. But you don't know. You don't know. It's a lifelong thing. But yeah, man, I review it all the time. You know,
Nice.
sometimes on the spot, sometimes a little while later.
You think about it, right. I do that a
Yeah.
lot. I do that a
It
lot.
depends on how far overboard you went.
Yeah, the more overboard, the sooner I review. All right, come on. All right. You can come from under the bed now. You know.
You had a more. I know I did the right thing. He was doing such and such, and I did the right thing. I could not let that go.
I'm not.
I let it go. He'd be
I'm
doing
not
it to
big
everybody
for
else.
disrespect. You know what I'm saying? So I have short little things that grind my gears, I guess. But like there's a quicker fuse on anything that's like, especially towards a mother, in terms of disrespect. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. You know, that's not my thing. And I definitely don't do the whole having to call you more than once, or like you not paying attention to me. You know, because when I was raised, my father, you know, just trust me, he had my attention. You know what I'm saying? So like, though I have certain little things that are pet peeves, yeah.
Right.
But you know, like, and then we share a role. I'm not the lead on education, you know. My wife takes the lead on that. So she reviews the homework. Right. She knows about the parent teacher conference. I've gone to some, but you know, but I wouldn't have made it if my wife didn't tell me it was the day. So you know, she takes the lead. That's her thing, you know.
Right.
Or that not her thing. That's something she takes the lead on in our marriage, you know. Like I'm concerned too, you know, but I'm more about behavior. Are you cutting up in class? Is anybody messing with you? Are you standing up for yourself? You know, I'm just, you know, but I take the lead on the social piece. So
I got you.
You know, it's
okay. That's interesting. I mean, and it's funny. We used to be kind of like that, and then I switched up, and you know, because of the way our home dynamic changed, and I do more of the going to the to the conference and stuff. And it's funny, like, you know, right before COVID, Sam went up there for something, and she come in, they're like, hey, you know, like, hey, how you doing? You know, then I come in like, hey, Mr. Walker. Yeah. My wife's like, I'm feeling some kind of way. Like, everybody know you. I'm like, because I'm always here. They see my face.
and you know, when I changed careers, the best thing was being able to take the girls to school. So to see their response, and you know, that's the best. But you know, it's just something about the actual homework piece of it all. It's just not my thing. She takes it. That's all I'm saying.
Right. I got you. I mean, I've had to step that up because I was like that, you know, because I was like saying, you know, if you in school, this is you in school. Me in school was like this. You in school. But she's like, nah, I'm not taking it all. So I take certain subjects. She take the others. Like math, I don't fool with. Like, it's math. It's your turn. Sam said the school was straight disrespectful to me. See, but look at this, like I'm a bad mother or something.
Folks in the schools be tired, man.
Right. But yeah, so it's the reviewing, the thinking about, you know, some of the decisions we make, and kind of like you said, the reflections, the replays. You know, I don't even think I would want a video replay because I'm like, man, you was kind of harsh when you put your finger out like that. When you said that, you look like you was going to smack somebody. Like,
yeah, the aggression of it all.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't want a video review of like, ooh, you looking like an abuser right there. Like, you looking very abusive, like, you know. Like, but you know, because we think about it, and like even with my children, and I think about when situations happen, and you know, am I hard or too harsh? You know, and it's just like in the end, because you can't really take certain things back. You know, once you.
What happens when you lighten up?
Right.
Have you experienced what happens when you don't?
Chaos.
Right?
Yeah.
So for every moment that you feel that guilt, you have these subtle reminders.
Right. Like, you know, last time I let this go. I let this go.
My mother used to say, my mother told us this story years ago. She said, there were times you guys did stuff that you deserved for me to whoop you. Ooh, y'all needed whooping so bad, but I was so tired.
Yeah.
She said I'd be laying in my bed and I turned the TV on. The day is done. I'm mad. I told y'all I was going to get you and I didn't. I'm just tired.
Yeah.
And I would lay there and something would say, girl, if you don't get up and go whoop them children.
Yes, sir. That extra oomph.
I would have to drag myself out of bed and go upstairs and whoop y'all's
Just to do y'all that favor.
And then you low key, you getting extra because I'm tired and mad.
Because I got to come up these stairs.
Come up
Yeah.
the stairs.
That's a long day.
Yeah. No idea that we're up there panicking because we can hear the slippers. We had hardwood stairs. So we hear her when she's coming. She had little plastic bottoms on her slippers.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're always anticipating the whooping, right?
Yeah.
You in the bed and nobody's talking. You whisper.
Silence. Just
You think she coming?
your first taste of prayer, like Jesus,
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
get out of this situation.
No, we pile up. We pile up.
Pile up.
Yeah, you pile up. Just make sure you're on the bottom.
I about to say the one on top gonna get it, man.
Right. They gonna take it.
Yeah.
Okay,
When,
so-
when my mother had to discipline us, she disciplined a pile of young boys. That's what it was.
I agree with the stranger.
Two
on the
sides
bottom.
to those experiences.
I see. Anything you care about, you're gonna question how you handle. Right. He's right. You said they act a fool. Right. Yeah. Because you regret it.
You
You
gonna
like
do it. Spare the
was-
rod, spoil the child. I do believe in that.
right. I do as well. It's hilarious. Yep. Looks absolutely real. Yes, she's coming.
Yeah. I love you that much. Drag myself
Right,
out of bed
Oh yeah.
just to whoop you.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Notice
that
I
is true
can,
though.
I can describe it like it happened yesterday. Right.
That's what I
Yeah,
feel.
those whippings were spiritual. And I'm sure that she questioned herself,
Indeed.
right?
Yeah.
About what?
The amount of sweat from whooping us. Girl, did you really have to go in like that?
Right. Yeah, I think there's, and like I said, it's always a question. There's always a question, and like I had the light moments when I was like, I'm gonna just let it go. We just gonna have a talk. We're just gonna talk about it. Let's talk. Sam's like, if you don't whoop them kids, like I know. I was trying, baby. I was trying the alternative solutions right here. I thought if we have a conversation, maybe, just maybe, we don't have to go all the way there. But
for me, like the whoopings is, I don't know. I do a lot of fussing. I fuss a lot.
right.
But the taking a second to breathe part,
Yeah.
when I do it, it allows me to learn my kids,
Right.
and my baby just had a birthday. So, I've been kind of reminiscing like when they were like just babies,
Right.
when they had no opinions, no thoughts, no color choices, didn't know what they wanted to eat, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
My whole job was just to make sure, they taken care of, diapers, food, make sure they burp. It was just simple. They had no part to play. I was just there to kind of, cover them. But like they're starting to get older. They have favorite shows.
Right.
They have mood swings. I'm in a house full of women. They have
Right.
thoughts and opinions,
Right.
So they got feelings. Lord, they got feelings.
Right.
So it's sometimes when I do all that barking, especially when it's the first thing I come out the door with, because
Right. Right.
they pick at me, but like I'm just saying, like I come out the door, I just come out fussing, just that's my answer to shut it all down, like man, all this noise, what I'm saying. So it's when I slow down, I get a chance to actually learn them. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? And then the more you learn them,
Right.
and it sounds even crazy because the language sounds different than what my parents would use, but it gives me more understanding in how I approach them. Like I was raised very much my way or the highway, and I salute it as a matter of fact, because my people, I got good people,
Right.
but like, and my daddy say something, but I don't think he really honest with himself. He said that we could have asked anything if we would have asked it respectfully. I don't remember an open door like that. I'm not saying my father's a liar. You know what I'm saying?
So I ain't saying he's a liar. I'm just saying I don't remember.
Yeah, but I was on the younger side, so maybe he said it earlier or something. But I kind of feel that way now that what I'm trying to teach is respect. You know what I'm saying? And if you have respect, it will govern so many other things.
Right.
And there'll be so much stuff that we won't have to deal with if you approach it with respect.
Right.
So it's definitely learning your kids helps me with my approach to them.
Right. It's funny you say that because I'm possibly sure that it was open with us as well. I don't know if I seen the open door. I don't know. My parents never came and it's like ask how I was feeling or what you're thinking, like what you're thinking about. It's just more or less what you're doing and this is what you got to do.
Yeah. Straight up.
It was I've never really had too many heart-to-hearts. It's funny, like when my son was going through, I did remember having a heart-to-heart with my father like one time while I was struggling in school, and he was asking me like, what's going on, what's going on in that head of yours, like what's happening, and I ain't really have an answer. I can't even remember what I said, but I just thought about that. He said, Sam said, so what do you guys measure being a good father by? Friends, TV, Facebook, or your upbringing?
For me, it's of the good fathers. I saw Pastor McCoy stand tall at a funeral. You know what I'm saying? And it gave me strength. Like,
right.
Let me take my game. I could have sworn I would have been underneath the chair. So, right. Let me step my game up. My father. And I know I judge myself by this because when a situation comes up, that's what I often think about. A particular father and what that father did in that situation. If I don't go ahead and call a particular father and ask them what to do in that situation. So for me, it's mostly by other fathers that I've deemed a good father, just like coaches judge themselves by other good coaches, so.
Yeah. I struggle though sometimes with that, like just seeking out other dads' advice on things,
Make you feel away?
I don't know. Maybe it's like you had like, maybe I guess I suck at this. Let me go and call somebody. You obviously ain't got the right answers. Let me go and call. Let me phone a friend. So I think I struggle. Like, because every household has their thing going on. Like even with like the kids that probably are the 12-year-old Harvard graduates, they're giving their parents hell on some end somewhere, like they're driving them crazy. Let's see. Right. You know what? I think that might be it. It's because you don't want folks to know your kid is acting a monkey. Like, right. I think we got to the point where we, I think we was at the cabin at the last event with the couples, and Sam just came out with like, listen, this is what's going on. We need some help. So I think it's that. And Sam said her household.
That's the thing. It's like we forget that we call it advice, but if we change the word to encouragement and strengthening.
It changed the whole,
right, because it's not about you telling me what I'm supposed to do. It's us comparing stories and find out what works.
Right.
You understand? So it's how we view the communication.
Right.
We put things in boxes and so I don't want to touch this area over here, but the reality is we all are going through a lot of the same things.
Right.
Yeah. We're just going through them differently. And so I think what's important is, the criticality of the communication is village. That's it validates village. I don't want to be over here struggling with my child when I know that I have help in my village.
Yeah.
Right. Or maybe I'm in the wrong village.
Right.
Right. If I can't come to you and talk to you about what's going on for fear that I'm going to become a topic of extracurricular conversation.
Right.
You know, if for whatever reason I'm insecure about those things, we should be talking about that, or I should be examining the makeup of my village. And so I think it's important that we have these conversations for the very reason you asked the question.
Right.
We question things. We question ourselves.
Yeah.
Let me find out what my peers are doing. You know, you're not going to give me advice. You're going to be saying, I went through the same thing I'm going through, or, you know, oh, thank you. That's going to help me when I see it.
Yeah.
You know, either way, we have to talk about it. That's testimony. We overcome him, the enemy, the devil, by the blood of the Lamb and the words of our testimony.
Right.
And I like that you switched the word to encouragement, because if it was like instruction, I'm not a big fan of somebody instructing you on what to do in your house. You know what I mean? But encouragement, I'm gathering encouragement from you as I hear how you handled yours. It encourages me and might give me an idea on how to handle mine. But when I leave that conversation, I definitely need to be leaving with my own, I'm gonna say my own idea. I need to be leaving with resolve about what I'm going to do.
Right.
Even if I do something similar to what you've done, I gotta own it. Because when I do it, I can't come in here talking about the AD said I need to choke you. Like, no. if you gonna choke them kids, you choke them on your own. Because AD ain't going to jail with you. And that's the way because that's the way the law sees it, right? So you should see it the same way as well. So when you leave, that encouragement it makes a big difference.
Yeah, it does.
So you definitely want to go on there. And you know, and kids, I had when I pledged, my dean, he said he got a lot of compliments from our line, you know what I mean, and about how he handled it or whatnot. And he said that it really didn't matter like what he did. He said he could have been the best dean of pledges ever if the boys weren't good, if they didn't follow the steps, if they didn't do their part, then it would have been all for naught. And I think that's true in parenting, man. Like there's when you see somebody acting up crazy, the first thing that comes to your mind is who raised you, no doubt. I do see some home training issues, but ultimately everything we doing, it's still on them kids, man. You know, I'm telling you, I ain't raising no axe murderer. You know what I'm saying? But somebody out here raising Ted Bundy. You feel me? So I don't always put that on the parent. You know what I'm saying? Some of these kids are crazy. Now there's some things we've done to encourage it, influence it. Do parents they built foundation? Absolutely. Have some people well-intended done a really horrible job at parenting? Yes. Are there people who have parenting styles that I would disagree with? Yes. But I've seen too many examples of good and bad parents. I've seen bad parents raise really good kids because the kids had the mind to do it. And I've seen some really good parents. I mean, some wholesome people, strong folk.
Raise some rough kids.
Some rough ones, man.
Like, how would you grow up in? Thinking like, I used to come over here all the time. What?
I think about my brothers and sisters, and as much as there's a common bond and there is community, like we just went off of some different, like I'm talking ways of thinking. You know what I'm saying? We still black. We eat barbecue. We put hot sauce, all that. But I'm saying that's culture. But like the ways of thinking, I'm looking like, you know what I'm saying? Well, y'all in the same city, bro. Like, you know, so it's you know, it comes down to the kids is all I'm saying. You do your best. Yeah. Be proud of what you've done. You know, make sure you can stand tall on what you've done. But if your kid's just crazy, you know, they got a do wrong mind. If they can't get right, I want you to go get some sleep at night.
Sam said it was closed, sealed, and reinforced in my house. I mean, no openings, open conversations. Oh, he said, let's see. Is there? Nope, that's not what I want. Oh, because Richard asked. He said it's because your fear of what they're going to say. We talked about the encouragement part. So that's I think when you turn it from advice to encouragement, because it's like advice is like I got it all together. So that's how I receive advice. Like, let me show you. From one, this is what I did with the kids. Then at
Yeah.
2, we did this. We had this regimen going. At 3, they did this. At 4, by 10, they were doing their own taxes.
And there's some principles that carry forward no matter when. But there are certain methods that if you leave the decade, them methods ain't no good to me no more.
Right.
Now, what you did in 84 might be
yeah.
different than what you do in 2022 with
Yeah.
Facebook, social media, and all. Now, the
Right.
principles carry over. A principle is a
Right.
principle.
Right.
You know, doing right by people, justice. We
That's
big on
good.
social justice, but
Yeah.
like some of the methods might switch up. So I can't
Yeah.
take you idea for idea.
Right.
I took their Walkman and I smashed it. Like, all right, but all the information in the cloud, though, bro. Like they just loaded it up. You know
They
what
just
I'm saying?
reloaded, right?
So
They didn't lose nothing.
look at you like you crazy.
This said, Richard said is about change of perspective and perception and just fragments of info that changes everything. Indeed. Sam says, right. He said, I can't trust the connection. We need to cut it. Dr. Rollins said, yes, the benefits of the village. Sam says, unless your kids are bad and out of control, then you can keep your help and encouragement.
Saying at least I can tell you what not to do. Like, do not get them Kool-Aid before bedtime. Don't do
At
it.
9 o'clock at
Don't
night.
do
Don't
it.
do it.
Every night I let them drink Kool-Aid with me. I don't know what I was thinking. Don't do it. You feel me? You can learn anything from anybody.
Kool-Aid and cookies. They just going to town. Oh, Richard said the right level of encouragement is key. Over encouragement breeds interdependence. Not good. I know. Been there. I got the T-shirt. I don't know. I don't know if there's an over independence. As long as you ain't coming to get my children all the time, then I would get used to you coming to get these children. Then I become more dependent. Like, what time is it? It's 8 o'clock. Pastor ain't come over here yet. He ain't got to the crib yet. Hey, man, you coming over today? You know, everyone has much to say, but some don't add up to a heap of beans. Evaluate properly. Look at their life, right? See if they're walking well. But then, yeah, and no, because like you said, Ephraim, I might not be the poster child for great parenting, but that doesn't mean I can't share things that might help. Maybe so, possibly. I mean, and granted, it is hard to hear from somebody who's like, I'm looking at your children. One just got locked up. The other one's out on, out on the street, or, always smacking other children, just like, it's hard to hear you. I hear you. What you say makes sense. Are you following that advice? It's challenging to hear. It's challenging to hear.
And you never know that story either. I was listening to Fat Joe, and Fat Joe was talking about his raising, and he said his parents, they nothing like his lifestyle. So he wanted that lifestyle. So he said 13, 14, he left because his parents wasn't having that there. So, if you look at all the crack sales and all the lifestyle, not only calling Fat Joe out, but I'm saying, I think Joe pretty cool guy, but I'm saying if you look at his lifestyle,
right,
and then say, go ask his parents how to get that, I wouldn't necessarily, successful and all, that didn't look like the winning formula. Right, but Joe would tell you himself, they didn't go for that. Right. You know what I'm saying? So everything I've done since 14, he was talking about selling drugs, getting his own apartment. He's been independent for a while because some kids just want to do their thing. You know what I'm saying? And some parents stand tall like, nah, you could do it, but you just ain't gonna do it here. Right. Yeah, so it's everybody got a different story. And then you think about how many parents became parents when they weren't expecting, right, and definitely not ready. Because I don't think you ever really like ready for it. That's like being ready to be married. Like it's still gonna be a process. It's still gonna be something to learn. You know what I'm saying? It's still gonna be something to some things to overcome. But like, you got somebody 17, 18 years old, they might not get their mind right till they're like 30. The kid like 12. Right. You know what I'm saying? So like, and my father always felt like by 7 years old, a child has their mind made up. You feel me? Like the 1 through 7 is the sponge years. Like you could just, so you talking about when I'm ready to do this thing. Yeah. My kid already 12. They got a preteen on my hand. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that parent might be able to tell you a few things like, let me just start you with what I done messed up on. You know what I mean? But not to do.
Yeah, you good?
Oh yeah, no, I stopped abruptly.
Right. got distracted right there. Like, wait,
Yeah, something caught me over here, man. So proceed. My fault.
right. Oh, yes, yeah, I hear you though. Like, that growing up and learning as you get older,
Yeah.
and looking back and some of the things like, oh man, I should have done that. And I wish I had done that. And trying to help other, the next generation, or people in front of you that have children, just teaching them about maybe this, like I said, some of the missteps. Like,
Yeah.
if I had it to do over again, I might have done it this way.
I talk to the young girls at the church, and I try to talk to them about. But I love you too, Mom. I talked to them about their career, and there's a group of them that work at a particular place.
Okay.
It's just like, and obviously because those type of places always hiring, so
Right.
I'm not mad at that. But what I'm trying to tell them is, if you continue to do that, you're going to be writing your resume, and eventually, when you get out there and you're ready to do your thing
Right.
on a bigger scale, somebody gonna look at your resume and say, "Well, this is where I'm gonna put you because this is what you do."
Right.
And because I'm telling you, 1 year turning to 3 really, really fast,
Right.
and the next thing you know, you got 7 years of experience at a place you were just getting on to real quick
Right.
because they let you be late, because
Right.
they pay you a little something, because you can cuss out the boss and still get the job, because it's an easy job to have,
Yeah.
very hard to get fired from. You got to
Right.
steal twice to get fired. You know what I mean? So it's
Not just
it's
one,
a
but
job
twice,
that people
right.
hold on to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I say that why? Because when I started my career, I just started to haphazardly.
Yeah.
Let me just get to the A real quick.
Right.
I started in college really just some recreational drug money and
Right.
and my half of the rent.
Right.
You know
right,
what I mean?
right.
So let me get that, and then you just get on another one because you was on there. Then it's like, well,
Could
let
be
me take.
more.
You know what I'm saying? And then you just keep
Right.
going and keep going. Next thing you know, when you dead serious and realize that there's more money out there, you have this very long background. So I'm teaching them, I'm trying to advise them from my experience, you know what I'm saying, to take the career more serious. Same thing with parenting. Same thing with everything we're doing. I don't think we're gonna live necessarily with regret.
Right.
But I think hindsight 2020 for real. You know what I mean? You look back on it. You're like,
Well, I think that it's a powerful word. You take it seriously, but taking it seriously does not prevent you from having fun, enjoying
Right.
life. And I think that's
Yeah.
where we get confused. Somehow
Yeah.
we think that, we owe ourselves, a percentage of fun time as opposed to just having a fun life.
Right. Right.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
True.
That whole work hard, play hard concept. Not sure how much I agree with that.
Right.
Because
Right.
it's about balance.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so I don't have to work so hard to go to the other side of the world for vacation. If it doesn't weigh so heavily on my mind if my home is really my peace.
Right.
Does that make
True.
sense?
Mm-hmm. 100%.
So that if for any reason I'm unable to go,
Yeah.
it does not create havoc for me at home.
Right.
You understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why, but again, it goes back to something that E said earlier on in the conversation about principal things. There are principal things that you have to get for the foundation of your upbringing.
Right.
Right. And those are the things that carry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Because all of the rest of that stuff can be based on a mood or a condition, a circumstance, a situation.
Definitely.
Right. But there's certain things, character things that you have to hold true to. And so that's where that's one of the things you got to realize is I have to maximize my whole life.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
That's
Definitely.
that's when I get the most of what this life has to offer, not just
Definitely.
in one particular area. So
How do y'all feel about unsolicited parenting advice?
Just bust out. Hey, E, I think you should with the
maybe,
girls.
maybe it's harder for us because I see it more with women. You know what I'm saying? When I see it-
Unsolicited.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I done seen the scenario play out 15 billion times with that auntie that just come grab the baby look in their shirt to see if they got an undershirt on, throw them back, come pat the diaper, and then just started, instructing the women. So it's like, what is that about? So
That's
it
called
mostly
catching
happened with
a
the
case.
ladies.
Right. Yeah.
But there are times where people might see you, and just offer unsolicited parenting advice,
Yeah.
kind of on the spot a little bit, but
yeah. I've only done it one time, and it was just to save the mama. I was working, and the kid was acting a little. She was, I think she was Nigerian, just for clarity.
Okay.
And the kids was acting, and I'm gonna tell you why. Like, they was acting up. So she snatched one up, and she began to like pop them, and I was like, shh, chill, don't do that. Like, I 100% agree that he needs what you're giving him, but don't do that here. Don't.
Where were y'all, bro?
I was at work. I was at Costco.
Okay.
And, so I was like, don't. I got it. And she looked. I was like, I agree. Like, I agree with your actions, but these folks can't handle that. Take them outside. Take them to the car. I was like, but don't do that here. Don't. You'll get in trouble. And she's looking. I was like, yeah, we frown upon that now. Society society used to be cool with this. They're not any longer.
Ain't cool to whoop your kids no more.
Yeah,
Wow.
That was like the only time I remember I ever like really unsolicited jumped in, but I was just trying to save her from a case. Yeah. Like, don't. Like,
you trying to save her, bro.
Yeah, that's a volatile situation.
Right. But I was just like,
that could go a number of ways.
Because the first I looked at it, I said, I agree with what you're doing, but don't do that here.
No, how he really looked at it was like, yeah, I could probably take her.
Oh man. But yeah, that was but yeah, no, I'm totally opposed to unsolicited and almost like any form, even if it's the mama, like not even mama, like Sam, I'm talking about like her mama or my mama, it was just like you just gonna bust out with it, outside of you doing something that's hurting the child, like, causing some level of pain that, because, when kids scream, there's the being disciplined scream, and then there's the I'm hurting, like like something broke, what I'm saying? Like those, but outside of that, it's just unsolicited. There's ways like, hey, can I, your entrance, can I give you a little advice? You ask like before I say it, can I share? Or what? Can I share something with you? And the face would say, no, I don't want to hear it. Like, but I'm totally against unsolicited advice. Yeah.
Hey, you got to collect a connection with people.
Yeah, especially with no connection. Oh yeah.
It can
I don't
come
care where we
really
at.
funny,
Like,
man.
don't just. Yeah, let me ask you this. He just said I don't do unsolicited advice. Just mind your business. Let me ask you this.
That's You tell that to say. You tell Sam not to whoop one of them kids. You can't escape. You gonna get whooped.
as a man, right? What are you more sensitive about receiving advice about? Like, even if it's unsolicited, your marriage or your children?
Man, that's
like, which one are you more,
a little bit?
Maybe like more sensitive, like married with, which one you might hear them, but you just like more likely to throw away the advice, especially if you don't know the person or there's no track record or something like that.
That's tough. That's tough because it's hard to separate. First of all, I'm sensitive about all things manly. If you tell me I ain't changing that tire the way a man should, I'm gonna be in my feelings. You feel me? So,
I got you.
So from down to how I spit to how I walk, you feel me? I'm sensitive about all that. I'm an artist. You feel me? I'm sensitive about my stuff. You feel me? But if I had to say, I'm gonna go with marriage, because kids, when it comes to outside, if I'm getting criticized, it's gonna be from outside. And the majority of outside criticism from kids falls on the women. So them kids look raggedy. what kind of mama they got. You know what I'm saying?
Even
Boy,
if I got them.
Do you
Yeah,
see them
mama
shoes?
dressed
You
them.
feel me? Anything you would judge me on for my kids would be something like
Right.
at the house. Like if you roll by my house and the lights was off. You feel me?
Right.
So like
Right.
most people ain't doing that. And if my lights off, I ain't inviting you over. So anything that I'm feeling as a father for the kids, anything not so obvious, I guess, like I choke them or something, but like anything not so obvious, you wouldn't know.
Right.
So I'm gonna go with marriage because you're gonna see me with my wife. You're gonna see how she look. You're gonna see how she dressed. You're gonna see who she drives. You're gonna see if she happy on the inside and the outside. Wives don't know, but they glow or they don't glow. You feel me?
Right.
So like all that stuff
100%.
is gonna be on me. So I'm gonna go with but like I said, everything manly, but definitely the wife.
Okay. That's good. What about you, Pastor? Unsolicited advice. Which one are you more sensitive about? If someone says something about your marriage or your children? I learned from professionals, Pastor Gray, how to mind.
Oh, me and my brother.
Why does it look like Gray? Lord, I'm just putting stuff together.
Yeah.
Pastor and Gary.
Yeah.
Whatever, Pastor Gray. I don't. Forgive me. Like,
I think it really depends on the situation.
okay.
I am by nature non-confrontational.
Mm,
I don't like confrontation.
gotcha.
So if someone says something to me, I think it really depends on the situation, because if I'm out with my family, I live under the rules of teach your children how to behave in public.
Mm, okay.
Right. Because the way that I was raised, you didn't clown in public.
Right.
You didn't touch it
Right.
if it wasn't yours.
Right.
I'm more afraid of what mama's gonna do than whoever stuff I'm messing with.
Yeah.
Right. So that's how I was raised. So
Right.
I didn't grow up with children that would act out publicly, because I just, I set that so early in life.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's a combination of how I was raised, but also having been in the military.
Okay.
Right. I put a lot of that into, people tell me my discipline and all that stuff. Yeah, I've been in the military. And so I've carried a lot of that, but also the regimented way that my mother raised us, because she had 4 of us. We had to have order or she was going to lose her mind. So that's how I came up. Can you imagine a single mother out in public having dinner with 4 boys, all under the age of 10?
Wow.
In the 70s. Right. And we're all sitting there behaving ourselves, and people would walk up to the table and say to my mother, "Oh, your boys are so well behaved."
Right.
My mother would look at him and say, "Well, what did you expect?"
Right. All right.
Right. She used to do something with her lip. You can see it. You can see it from across the room, right? If you're getting a little too wild, she'd be like, that was it. That was it. So I came up with that. We're not going to do this here.
Right.
We'll clown at home.
Right.
And if I got to get you at home, that means I'm thinking about it all the way home. Right. So there's a buildup. Right. So, nah, my children didn't like clowning in public.
Yeah.
I was on the same thing. We were raised not to go to nobody's house and be begging for nothing. It was called begging. I did ask politely, could I please have a bag of chips? But no, that was considered begging. You, like you said, you didn't touch nothing.
Right.
We got the whole speech before we got out the car. Don't ask for nothing, touch nothing, look for nothing.
Don't look for nothing. Don't ask for nothing. Don't even breathe while we in the store.
Breathe on it.
Don't even breathe while we in the store. Let's see. Oh, so Sam said to Pastor, please explain, folks mistake non-confrontational as opposed to being silent or not speaking up when something is wrong.
Yeah, I didn't say I lack confidence.
Right.
I'm not trying to fight with you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. I mean, I'm going to stand my ground.
Right.
You understand, but I'm not trying to fight with people. I don't want to be, I don't want to, we debate here all the time, constantly. but we're not fighting.
Right.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
You know,
Exactly. Sam says, right. I hate when people say that they're so well behaved. Oh, thanks. Thanks, buddy. Lisa says that's where life and death and the power of the tongue really starts with the lips. Yes, indeed.
yes,
Yes,
What's up,
indeed.
Lisa?
that's good.
All right. So we appreciate you guys for rocking and hanging with us. Another edition of the Brothers of Legacy. So make sure you are sharing. Thank you for sharing. If you have already, make sure you join our Discord community. Click the link at the top of the screen and be a part of a lot of conversations and topics that we'll be discussing outside the broadcast and all the things that are happening with the Brothers of Legacy. And you can stay up on it in real time. So, as always, we appreciate you guys for being here. Listen, tonight at 8:30, don't forget, Sisters of Legacy. So stay connected to text LWN to 84576. Text LWN to 84576. And don't miss a broadcast. And you'll find out when the broadcast starts. All right. So as always, no, we love you. And God loves you. Continue to stay safe. Do the right thing. Just do the right thing. All right. that's it. Just do the right thing. Just all right. Peace out. See, the peace sign goes. I got to close out. That's the sign right there.